Welcome to the XFL Simulated on EA Sports. We've got a pretty big matchup this week. In week 6, we've got the Houston Roughnecks, who are 4-1, hitting the road to play the New York Guardians, who are 1-4, coming off their first win of the season with Matt McGloin. But again, Houston, they are beasts on the offensive front, so it's going to be a tough one here for New York and their defense. PJ Walker, it's one of those guys. He's just been fantastic, and we welcome you now to MetLife Stadium as the Guardians will be taking the field, taking on the Houston Roughnecks. Some big names on the New York side of the football. Mikael McKay, he's been fantastic this year. He has not gotten the ball enough. Luis Perez, who was benched in week 5, he just did not do a good job of getting the ball down the field. McGloin last week, he wasn't perfect, but he was better than Perez. 96.6 rating, threw for a touchdown, 190 yards in his first start. Not the most impressive game, but nonetheless, he got them the win. So if New York can go into a little bit of a streak here, they'd be in good shape. Even though they're 1-4, Tampa Bay and DC are both 2-3. So we'll see what happens. Looks like New York will be getting the kickoff here. Justin Stockton back to return for New York. And Austin Recco ready to kick it away, and week 6 is underway here on the XFL Simulated. From about the 2, decent return up past the 20, give him 22. So now we're going to get a look here at the signal caller. It's Matt McGloin. And last week, as we mentioned, not the greatest statistics, but hey, he got them the win, and that's the most important thing. We'll see how he does in this football game against a very, very tough Houston Roughnecks defense who held Seattle to only 7 points last week. And BJ Daniels is a good quarterback, and he couldn't get anything going for Seattle. So we'll see what the approach is today, what New York can do here in a big game. This is a must-win for them if they want to still make some sort of a playoff push here in the XFL East. 1st and 10 from their own 22. McGloin takes the snap, back to pass, and it is caught by Jake Powell. That's going to be a gain of only 1. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Looking here at the Guardians' front 5, they've got a decent offensive line. They've struggled a little bit, but offensive weapons, Mikael McKay, Joe Horn, Darius Victor, they've got a bunch of guys that can really play good football. And honestly, it's up to Matt McGloin to really just help this team get to the next level. Luis Perez could not do that in the first 4 weeks. McGloin did get them the win last week over Dallas. We'll see if he can do it again against Houston. 2nd and 9, McGloin back to throw. He looks to the outside and just misses Mikael McKay. That's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Now on the defensive side, the Houston Roughnecks, they've been incredible. Gabe Wright, Corey Crawford in the linebacker position, DeMarcus Gates, Edmund Robinson, these guys have been on fire. Ajeen Harris, Corian Ballard, Dietrich Nichols, these guys, they have made some phenomenal plays for the Houston Roughnecks over the last 5 weeks, and we expect to continue to see that play today. New York, a big 3rd and 9 already. What they really need to do, pick up a first down here, get Matt McGloin into some sort of rhythm, and New York will have a chance. 3rd and 9 from the 23. McGloin back to throw. He's going to air it out deep into double coverage, and that is way overthrown, looking for Joe Horn, and that's going to bring up 4th and 9 for the New York Guardians. So disappointing opening drive. Stalls out, only 1 yard gained. And you know, you want to take a shot, and I understand taking a shot early, but that type of throw into double coverage way in front of the receiver, I really don't understand the play call there from Kevin Gilbride, unless that was McGloin just taking a shot. Really unsure there, but Justin Vogel out to punt for the New York Guardians. Great defense to start there from Houston, and Coates takes it up to the 21. So here comes PJ Walker. Walker has been the sensation of the league. Through 5 games, he's thrown for 1,435 yards, 12 touchdowns, only 1 interception. He's got a rating of 125.3. This guy, he can wreak havoc on defenses, and again, he has so many offensive weapons. Cam Phillips, Nick Holley, James Butler, Sam Mobley, Sammy Coates, these guys, this offense really can't say enough about what June Jones has done here in Houston. They're 4-1. They're atop the XFL West. and I expect to see a lot of offense from Houston in this game. 1st and 10 from the 21. Off play action, PJ Walker gonna take it himself, and that's a first down, 14 yards in the play, and that's how they're gonna start off. And honestly, I love the play call. I'm sure New York was not expecting an RPO there to start the game, and really, wonderful job by Walker. Plenty of green grass in front of him, just no one even there until well after the first down mark. What a play for Houston's offense to start. 1st and 10 from their own 35. Walker, he's going to give it to Butler this time. Butler with a huge hole. And he's going to get another first down up to the 45. So 2 runs, 2 first downs for Houston to start the football game. And this is what we've seen them do to defenses time and time again all year. Just the offensive line here in Houston, they just make big holes. James Butler's had over 100 yards rushing for the last 2 games. And, well, if things continue the way that first run from him did, we're going to see more of that today. 1st and 10. Butler again with another huge hole, and that is another first down. That one's going to pick up 12. What did I just say? The offensive line here in Houston has been fantastic. What a huge hole, and way to go there by James Butler. Pick up that first down after the contact. Already into New York territory on 3 runs. PJ Walker for his first throwing attempt, and that one's going to be off the mark. Looking for Cam Phillips, a little bit too far in front of him, so first poor play for the Roughnecks. Let's look at this offensive line. Terry Poole, Avery Genesee, these guys, they have been making holes all day for James Butler, and wide receiver positions, Nick Holley, Sammy Coates, Cam Phillips. These guys have been incredible this season. All of them leading in some way, shape, or form in the league. And again, Houston has so many offensive weapons. 2nd and 10 coming up from New York's 43. See if the Guardians can use a little bit of that momentum there. And Butler with another lane, and that's going to bring him down to the 35. 8 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. We're barely 2.5 minutes into the football game, and Houston is already dominating. You know, New York, they've got to make a big play early in the game, or they're going to be behind the 8 ball, and things are going to be bad. 3rd and 2, Walker. He's going to give it to Williams, and that time, New York makes the play. What a tackle made by Ben Heaney. Actually, excuse me, that's Garrett Dooley on the stop. And that's going to push him back 4 yards. What a play. He read that all the way. Williams had nowhere to go. New York steps up and makes a big defensive play. If New York can make those plays here and there, they're in good shape, and they're forced Houston into a punt, which is very impressive after what looked like a fantastic opening drive. Go on to kick it away is Recco, and that's going to be downed at the 10. So not a great punt, only 29 yards. And Matt McGloin, the Guardians, going to get back out there. Last drive, it was a quick 3 and out. We'll see what they can do differently here on this drive. And I'd expect to see some short slants across the middle, short throws, get McGloin comfortable. Because Houston's defense, they're intense. But if McGloin, if he can get his composure, stay calm, just complete a few passes, get into a rhythm, New York will be in pretty good shape. 1st and 10 from their own 10. He's going to hand it off to Darius Victor, and that's a big hole for Victor on his first carry. That's going to give him 9 yards on the play, and that is a perfect way to start this drive. 9 yards on the carry, and Victor brings him up to the 19. It's plays like that that get a team like New York into a rhythm. Pick up 9 yards on first down. That opens up a lot of opportunities now on 2nd and 1. McGloin, off play action. He's going to go deep, down the field, wide open. Joe Horn, can he go all the way? 20, 10, touchdown New York. Unreal, 81 yards. And what do you think about that, Houston? New York, what a play. McGloin to Joe Horn, 81 yards. We have not seen that from New York pretty much all year. What a play. And Horn just gets wide open there. What a throw from McGloin to put it perfectly in front of him so he can keep running underneath it. Gets to the end zone. Blown coverage by Houston. Wow. What a play by New York to put him up early in this game. And that's exactly why that 9-yard run on the first play was huge, because then you could take a shot on 2nd and 1. That's what they did. McCrane is going to knock through the extra point, and it is 7-0 New York. Boy, the crowd is loving this, and this does seem like a new New York team. After benching Luis Perez, you know, I think that was a great decision by Kevin Gilbride. McGloin bringing a spark to this team. What a play. We'll see if Houston has an answer. '81-yard touchdown. That's the longest offensive passing play so far in the XFL simulated season. Impressive from McGloin and company. Matthew McCrane getting ready to kick it away for New York. And he will kick it away. Houston. Sam Mobley back to receive. And he'll take it up. Past the 25. Good return. And it looks like they're going to get even more on that. It's going to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, that's a really stupid penalty to have from Jeremiah McKinnon. Just stupid. That puts them all the way up to the 43-yard line and gives Houston a lot of momentum. So, after the big play from New York, they have a big penalty. And Houston going to be set up at the 43-yard line. Great field position for them to start. First and 10 from their own 43. They had a really good march, and then it just stalled out. See what they can do here. Butler on the carry, and he's got another hole. He's going to bring it all the way up to the 48 of New York to bring up 2nd and 1. The last few games, Butler has been outstanding for Houston. 142 yards in Week 4, 133 in Week 5. We'll see what he can do here in Week 6. 2nd and 1. It's Butler again to the outside. He's got a first down to the 46-yard line of New York. Houston, again, the weapons that they have on offense, going down 7-0 is really nothing for them, as they've not only come back so far this season, but their offense, once they get into a groove, they're practically unstoppable. So, first and 10 from the 46, off play action. PJ Walker got a lot of time back there in the pocket, and now they're going to get to a fumble. Ball comes out, recovered by Butler. Wow. What a play by Joey Embu to knock that football away. And Walker, he had a lot of time to throw. I'm impressed with that New York defense, able to shut down the receivers. He had nowhere to go with the football. Actually, that was Rodemy Jr. Who stripped the football. Not the start that Houston expected to see here. They've had explosive plays. They just keep shooting themselves in the foot with some of these wacky backwards going plays. 2nd and 18 now, back in their own territory on the 47. PJ Walker got time, looks, and that is knocked away. Great defense from New York. Jamar Summers on the coverage. Now looking at this defensive front, we've got Joey Embu, TJ Barnes. These guys, they make plays. Ben Heaney, Garrett Dooley. We've already seen these guys in action. And Jamar Summers making that big play there. Demetrius Cox has been fantastic this year as well. So the Guardians, if this defense can get into a groove here, they can come up with a pretty big upset here against Houston. We'll see what happens. 3rd and 18, backed up on their own 47. Can June Jones get the right play here? Walker back to throw. The blitz comes. He's going to air it out deep. Almost intercepted. Knocked away. And PJ Walker has yet to have a completion this game. And it's surprising to see Houston stall out twice after their running game was so potent on 2 drives. Passing game just not getting going yet. Great defense by New York. Jeremiah McKinnon making a couple plays after the penalty. And that's going to be the second punt now for Houston. Waiting for the punt team to come out. So Recco punting it away for the second time today. And that's a beauty. That's going to put New York down inside the 10 at the 9. Beautifully done there by Austin Recco. So now New York, their offense coming back out after the huge play. See what they've got up their sleeve, and I wouldn't expect them to be as bold as they were there on that second drive, but see, they really just need to keep this momentum. Even a field goal here puts them up by 2 scores, and that would be huge for this offense to get a 10 or 14-0 lead over Houston. We'll see what they can come up with. Matt McGloin's got to be feeling pretty good with the way he's performed so far. 1st and 10 from their own 9. Off play action, McGloin across the middle, and that one just a little bit outside. Misses the targets to bring up 2nd and 10. Something that Matt McGloin needs to do is stay consistent. He had a great throw on that touchdown there. He misses the mark, which on would have been a really good completion. So again, McGloin's got to get more comfortable, stay in a groove. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Guardians. Off play action, McGloin got a lot of time. He's going to air it out again. Deep down the field, it almost intercepted. Looking for Horn again. Guess he thought that he had a shot there. That was risky. McGloin has got to settle down. Yes, you do want those fireworks, but you already had them. Right now, it's time to settle down, get your team into a groove, march down the field slowly, and now you're stuck in a 3rd and 10 situation. Off play action, McGloin. He's going to air it out again, and it is caught! What a catch! Joe Horn! He went up and he fought for that football, and he won that battle. That is his 2nd big completion to Horn today. And I don't know what they've been doing in practice, but McGloin must be very comfortable with Horn, because that's the 2nd deep shot to him. Well, 3rd actually. 2nd that's been completed. What a play for New York's offense again. Joe Horn, 120 yards already. We're not even into the 2nd quarter yet. Still early in this football game, but New York, they've been playing fantastic. Victor, up the middle, breaks through the hole, and is he going to get a face mask on top of it? He will. So Houston making all sorts of mistakes right now, and that's going to put them all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Automatic 1st down.
So that run that was about 7 yards turns into 22. Pushes them all the way down to the 30. And this is exactly what New York needed to get some early momentum, get an early lead, because if you can hold Houston down, get momentum, New York can be really dangerous. Off the draw, that's Victor again up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of only 3. Sets up a 2nd and 7 from Houston's 27. What a difference this offense has been seeing over the past couple games. After benching Perez, putting in Matt McGloin, he has been very impressive so far. Off play action, McGloin across the middle, and then is caught. Who else? Joe Horn again, and that's another New York 1st down to the 18. Houston's defense just seems confused. They're leaving guys wide open. I mean, Horn, he's got a linebacker on him across the middle. They're playing zone right now, and I'd suggest Houston switching to man-to-man. Do something different. Cover these guys, because Horn and McGloin are making things miserable for their defense right now. First and 10 from the 18. McGloin's got to get this play off. Just barely does. And Victor up the middle, not going to get much there, maybe a yard. Marcus Gates on the tackle. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9. What Houston really needs to do right now is just hold them to a field goal, try to get their offense back into a groove and make this a 10-7 ball game. Getting close to the end of the first quarter here. New York with the lead. Off play action. McGloin to the end zone, and that is way overthrown for McKay. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 from the 17. So big 3rd down here for Houston's defense. They stop them here, they can get a little bit of momentum back for their team. McGloin back to throw. And that is knocked away. Good defense. McKay couldn't hang on, and that's going to bring up 4th and 9. That is exactly what the Roughnecks needed in that situation. McKay had him, but better play by Deatrick Nichols to make the breakup. Way to get back to that football. Fourth and 9. Matthew McCrane out for the 34-yard field goal. And it is up, and it is good. And New York has a 10-0 lead here as we're coming to the end of the first quarter. And who would have expected that coming into this football game? But man, the Guardians, they just look like a different football team right now. Houston got to do something. PJ Walker, we've seen this before where he hasn't been perfect and then he just goes on a rampage. So I'm sure Houston's not too worried at the moment. There's still 3 quarters to play. Still, New York, what a first quarter for them. McCrane getting ready to keep this one away. He kicks it off, and Houston going to take it out. Decent return past the 25, put him at the 26-yard line. Here comes this offense coming back out onto the field for Houston. PJ Walker, still no completions in this football game. He's just looked a little bit off. He's missed targets. Running game has been doing very well. James Butler already has 40 yards, so we'll see. I probably recommend Houston just trying to get back into a groove, run football, and then get PJ Walker a couple easy throws to get him into a groove. 1st and 10 coming up for the Houston Roughnecks from their own 26. And Butler does get the carry, but he is going to be met behind the line. It's going to be a loss of 1 instead of a 2nd and 12. Jarrell Owens on the stop. What a play. It looked like Butler had some room over there, but Owens just covers it really quickly. Great football by this New York defense. This is probably the final play of the first quarter if Walker gets it off in time. And he will not. So this is the way we're going into the second quarter. New York, what a first quarter for Matt McGloin and his squad. They are up 10-0 here at home as a severe underdog. But you know, a win here for New York puts them at 2-4. And yes, they did lose to Tampa Bay and they did lose to DC. But they're going to play them again. And DC and Tampa Bay, they're 2-4, and they're going to be playing decent. Well, DC is playing Dallas, who's 0-5, but Tampa Bay is going to be going up against St. Louis. So, New York, they can get right back into this playoff race here. They're not out of it. Walker on 2nd and 12. Going across the middle, and then it's caught. First completion of the day, and that's Cam Phillips. What a play for Houston. Finally something to get them going in the passing game. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 from their own 49. Walker. Who else but Cam Phillips to come up with a play when they need it? Phillips, he's been incredible. He's their #1 receiver. Right now, he is leading the league in receiving touchdowns. 5 on the season so far. He's had 1 in every single game, and I'm sure he's going to want to continue that in this football game. 1st and 10 from the 49. Gonna have to get this play off quick, and he does. Walker in trouble, and down he goes. Frank Ginda on the sack. And Ginda is one of those guys. He has been phenomenal for New York this season. Last week he had a 98-yard pick 6 against the Renegades, and here a big sack. Walker just doesn't see him coming, completely unblocked. Walker took a real shot. Great play made by Frank Ginda. 2nd and 15 coming up for the Houston Roughnecks. From their own 43. Walker back to throw, and that is caught. Complete. That is Cam Phillips again. He's going to bring up 3rd and 7 from New York's 48. Another big 3rd down here for Houston. They've got to figure out a way to get a 1st down and score. Because if New York gets the football back, their offense is looking serious right now. See what Walker can do here on 3rd and 8. 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Got a lot of time. He's going to air it out. And that is complete. Did he keep his feet in bounds? He did. Who else? Cam Phillips. What a catch. Drags his feet in the sidelines. We're going to want to look at this replay again, but I'm pretty sure he got his feet in. That looks awfully good from here. What a catch. Oh, at that angle? One of this is going to go to a booth review. Guess we'll see. Right now, Houston's going to want to hurry up and get to the line. 1st and 10 from their own 26. Looks like they're not going to review it. 1st and 10 from New York's 26, excuse me. And it's the give to Butler. Going to pick up a few. It's going to bring him down to the 22-yard line. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Roughnecks. This is the type of drive that they needed to get themselves back into a rhythm, get themselves at least a field goal, ideally a touchdown, to put them back into this football game. See what they can come up with. 2nd and 7. Walker, it's a pitch to Butler. Butler with some room. Can he shed the tackler? He cannot. Great open field tackle by Dooley. He's going to bring up 3rd and 5. It's really been interesting to see is the way that the Guardians have been able to contain this offense. Because yes, Houston's had some big plays here and there. Still, they have 0 points on the scoreboard, and they just looked out of sync. They don't look like the same Roughnecks that we've seen the first 5 weeks. On 3rd and 5, Butler does get the carry, and he is met right at the 20-yard line. No 1st down there. What a tackle. Who else? Garrett Dooley again with a tackle. He's going to bring up a 4th and 4. Great play by New York's defense once again. And Sergio Castillo coming out for the field goal. 37 yards. Make this a 10-3 ball game. It is up, and it is good. Houston gets on the board, and it is 10-3. Castillo, he's been a great kicker this year for Houston. He's made some long field goals, and he's got them a couple really clutch field goals as well. Really, he's been definitely one of the best. Him and Taylor Russolino from St. Louis have been 2 of the best kickers in the league so far. New York's offense has plenty of time here with 5:37 to go. See if they can get another score here, or if Houston can use this field goal to give them some momentum. Colburn back to return this one. And Castillo sends it away. Colburn's going to take it out. And he's got some room. Past the 25, up to the 26. So here comes Guardians offense back out onto the football field. Joe Horn, 3 receptions, 129 yards, and a touchdown. What a game he is having so far. He's one of those guys, he came into the league New York knew he was going to be a threat, but he has been outstanding this year. Easily the #1 receiver in targets, receptions, touchdowns, yards, you name it. He's doing it all for the Guardians so far.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
1st and 10 from their own 26. McGloin back to throw. Under pressure, and he lost the football. And it's picked up. Corey Crawford, and that's the big man touchdown. Houston, unbelievable. What a turn of events here. It's going to be a tie football game. Wow. McGloin unprotected, doesn't see him coming. Unbelievable. Cody Brown comes in on the blitz, knocks it away. Crawford picks it up. Wow. What a play for Houston to get him back into this football game, and just like that, it's going to be a tie ball game. Corey Crawford gets it into the end zone, and he has got to be very excited. Kevin Gilbride doesn't look too happy, and I don't blame him. They had all the momentum, and it's going to be a tie football game just like that. Castillo will knock it through, and it is indeed tied up 10-10, and we have ourselves a ball game. We knew Houston was going to get themselves back into it. Don't think we expected a fumble 6, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, and what a play made there by that defense, and that's definitely going to mess with McGloin's confidence. Huge turnover for the Roughnecks. It's going to bring up another drive here for New York, just 10 seconds later. Colburn back to return again for the Guardians. Castillo to send it away. What a change of events. Colburn takes it from inside the 10, and he's got decent holes. He's going to bring it up to the 29-yard line on the return. So now Matt McGloin got to feel a little bit shooken up, but hey, football is all about forgetting those mistakes, moving forward, not making them again. McGloin, completion percentage not that great, but he did have that big strike to Joe Horn in the first quarter. See what he can do here. Again, I recommend just getting McGloin into a groove, because sometimes those emotions can get the best of you, so just a couple of simple completions here will really help him out. 1st and 10 from their own 29. McGloin is going to screen it out to Horn, and that's not going to go anywhere. Loss of 1 on the play, going to bring up 2nd and 11. Great tackle made by Houston, and just like that, you just get the sense that New York has lost their momentum, and no surprise, I mean, a fumble 6 can really hurt your team, but it's just crazy how fast it happens, and that's the game of football. Things change very quickly. But McGloin, he's got to do something here to get his team back into some sort of rhythm.
Ready, set.
Kevin Gilbride's got to make some good play calls here. And another screen, out to Horn again. He's going to go backwards. What is he doing? Terrible play call. I don't know why Gilbride went back to the screen. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 18, 7-yard loss on the screen. I do not understand that play call. And now New York backed up against the wall, 3rd and 18. McGloin under pressure, has to get it off, and he won't. Corey Crawford with the sack, pushes him all the way back to the 13, and New York, they're in trouble. 4th and 27. McGloin had time, just didn't like what he saw, and Crawford, give him a few seconds, he's going to get to that quarterback. What a play by Houston. And the Roughnecks coming alive here in the second quarter. A couple tough plays there for New York, but if you're June Jones, you've got to like where you are right now as Houston. Down 10-0, just a few minutes to go, and now it's 10-10, and you're getting the football. Justin Vogel back to punt it away from New York. And it's a good one. He's going to get this one pretty far. Mobley on the return. He's going to be stopped at the 40. So 3.5 minutes now for Houston. See what they can come up with here. They've got the momentum. I'd expect to see them try to milk this clock down and get another score. I mean, they've got great field position here from the 40, so it could easily be 17-10 Houston going into halftime, and they get the football for half. So we'll see what happens there. P.J. Walker definitely found his stride on the last drive. Let's see if Houston's offense can finally get a touchdown, though. Walker on first down. Almost intercepted. Knocked away. Demetrius Cox. What a play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. This Guardians defense has been impressive. He just flew in there and knocked away that football. 2nd and 10 coming up now from their own 40. Walker is going to hand it off to Butler, and he's got some room to run. That's going to be a gain of about 4. Butler, 1 yard short of 50 on the day already. 3rd and 6. Big 3rd and 6 coming up here for Houston. If New York wants to get a little bit of momentum back, they need to stop P.J. Walker here and now. Walker on 3rd and 6. Back to throw. He's got a lot of time. Can't find anyone. There is a flag. He's not going to be holding, but regardless, it's not going to matter. Because Jarrell Owens got in there for the sack, so an obvious decline there. And that's a big play by the defense. Stepping up to stop Houston. 4th and 13, and Houston obviously going to have to punt here in this situation. Austin Recco out to punt again. And he will send this one away. Houston, can they get the stop? No, it will bounce into the end zone. So that one goes a little bit too far. New York going to start from the 20. New York still have their 2 timeouts. We got 2:15 on the clock. Don't want to be stupid here, but you can easily get into field goal range and milk the clock entirely all the way down. If New York can at least go into halftime with a lead, that'll give them some momentum to try to stop Houston in the second half. First and 10 coming up now for the New York Guardians. McGloin, back to throw. Blitz comes from Houston, and that is caught to the outside. He has enough for a first down. Mikhail McKay. What a catch. Goes up and gets it. Mikhail McKay at 6'6". He is a beast. And it'll be interesting to see how New York uses him more. Luis Perez really was never able to give him a chance. So we'll see what McGloin can do with him. 10-10 at the 2-minute warning. We've got a good ball game so far here at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. 2 minutes left in the first half. 10-10. See what Houston's defense can get a stop. McGloin across the middle, and then it's caught. McKay again. All the way up to the 47. That's a gain of 17. That is exactly what New York needed in that situation. Already to midfield. McGloin, what a throw through the traffic. Threads the kneel, excuse me. Perfect throw. Great route run there by Mikhail McKay. It's coming up a 1st and 10 from their own 47.
Go, Rocket, come on.
McGloin, back to pass. Looking out in the flat, and that is Darius Victor who makes the catch, and it's going to be a gain of 4. It's going to set up 2nd and 6. New York, it's been, the first quarter was fantastic. The second quarter has not been great for them. But right now they're in a decent position. They've got a good march going. They've got time on their side. Let's see what they can do here on 2nd and 6. Field goal would really help. Touchdown would be fantastic for them. McGloin, he's going to air it out deep again, and that is way overthrown. Looking for Horn again. He's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Don't really like the play call there. In that sort of situation, you want to just get some first downs and get yourself in a field goal range. Now a 3rd and 6 comes up. See what New York can do here. Houston, they don't want to go into halftime down. So they need to come up with some sort of play here to stop him. And it's knocked away. Joe Horn can't hang on. He's going to bring up 4th and 6. So the defense is starting to step up here on both sides. Looked like he had Horn, and it just gets knocked away at the last second. Good play by Corey and Ballard to make the stop. Justin Vogel out to punt it away again for New York. Is he angling for the sidelines? And that is a perfect punt. He's going to pin him all the way down at the 6. What? Special teams play there by Justin Vogel. And that is huge for this New York defense. Because now Houston only has a minute and they're backed up with their own 6. See what June Jones comes up with here. I mean, Houston's offense is electric. So, see what happens. All receivers spread out from their own 6. Walker takes the snap. Looking across the middle, that's incomplete. Overthrown. And Walker is definitely... he's just been a little bit off today. New York must have done something this week in practice looking at film, because Walker has not had the same mojo that he's had in previous games. 2nd and 10 from their own 6 coming up. Walker back to pass. Lets it fly and almost intercepted, looking for Cam Phillips. That was another dangerous throw from Walker. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. So far, his only 3 completions have been to Cam Phillips. Nick Holley, Sammy Coates, Sam Mobley, all without receptions. Nick Holley leads the league right now in receiving yards at 377, but not doing much today. Walker, back to throw. He's going to be taken down, and that's a safety. Unreal. Ronemy Jr., he forced a fumble before, and that time he gets him in the end zone. I don't know what Walker was doing. You just got to throw that away in that situation. He had plenty of time, and I guess he just gets blindsided there. What a play by New York and this defense. Unreal. 2nd safety of the year in the XFLSimulated. McGloin getting ready to warm up, and Houston's going to have to punt this away from their own 20. So New York, they still have 2 timeouts. They could definitely get into field goal range here if they do this right. So Recco has to punt it away. And it's a good one. Geltwarm inside the 15. He's going to bring it up to the 27. Gotta hand it to Austin Recco there. Really helped this squad out a lot. It's basically just like a kickoff now. So McGloin and his squad coming back out from the 27. What can Houston do here on defense to get them back in this ball game? Because they're down 12-10. McGloin, he's been in a decent rhythm this game. Houston's got to do something to shake things up and prevent more points, because Roughnecks, they get it at halftime. So 12-10 is not that big of a deficit. 15 isn't the worst, but 19 or 20 could be trouble. McGloin, back to throw. Looking across the middle, that's complete. Mikhail McKay on the catch, and New York will use their first timeout. What I've been really impressed with so far in this game is the way Matt McGloin can move the football. Luis Perez really wasn't able to do any of that all season for New York. This offense has come alive with McGloin back there. He hasn't been perfect, and he's going to go down again. Corey Crawford, his 2nd sack of the day. As I was just saying, he hasn't been perfect, and he really has not done a good job getting away from those defensive linemen. But regardless, he's been pretty solid for New York. 3rd and 10 coming up from their own 27. McGloin back to throw, and he's going to dump it across the middle, and it's dropped by Victor. It's going to bring up 4th and 10 now for the Houston Roughnecks. I mean, New York Guardians. Probably wouldn't have had the first down anyway, but regardless, it's right in the numbers. You got to catch that football. Justin Vogel out to punt it away again. Mobley on the return. Gets a little bit of a hole and is going to bring it up to the 35. Only 24 seconds left. Let's see, what can PJ Walker do here? He's struggled a little bit so far today. He's been sacked quite a few times already. Just had the safety on the last drive. He just doesn't seem as mobile and as comfortable back there in the pocket. Kudos to New York's defense for just really making it tough for him back there. First and 10 from their own 35. Can PJ Walker put something together quick? Houston, they have a timeout. A couple big plays, and they can kick a field goal, take the lead. Walker, back to throw. To the outside, that is Nick Holly's first catch. Not going to go for much. Only a pickup of 3 on the play, and they lose their timeout. Second and 7 from the 38. Walker, back to throw. New York brings a blitz. He's going to air it out. He's got a man. And that is knocked away at the last second. Demetrius Cox again. What a play. Cox has been great all year. Looking for Sammy Coates, and he had him. Just couldn't haul it in. Third and 7. Only 12 seconds left in the 38. Not a whole lot you can do here as Houston. Walker back to throw. That is complete. Holly, he's not going to get out of bounds. Picks up the first. That's probably going to bring us to halftime. As Holly just couldn't get to the out-of-bounds marker. It looked like he had a chance. He started to turn it upfield. I think he probably could have just continued. Yeah, he could have just continued running and got it out of bounds. Bad decision from him. Bryce Jones does a good job of just getting there and making the tackle. First and 10 from the 49. Looks like they're going to get one more playoff. If Walker can call it, he will. And that's going to not go anywhere. Out of bounds. And that's going to bring us to halftime. 12-10, New York with the lead here at home. It's been a wild game so far at MetLife Stadium. Week 6 looking to be a good one. And that is your EA Sports halftime report. Back now, it's James Larson up in the booth. Get ready to kick off here in the third quarter. It's been a close one, and really both defenses have been stepping up. Houston, they made some big plays on defense to get them back in the ball game, while New York, they've been shutting down PJ Walker in this fiery offense. So it's been quite the interesting ball game so far. We'll see what June Jones come up with here on their opening drive in the second half. Matthew McCrane getting ready. Send it away. Harris back to return for Houston. And he's going to take it out of the end zone. Decent return up to the 25. So here comes PJ Walker and the Houston offense back out onto the football field. What do they got in store this time? And I'm really impressed by New York's coverage so far in this football game. They've done a great job shutting down some of these fierce receivers. Nick Holly's only had a couple catches. Cam Phillips hasn't done a whole lot. Sammy Coates, Sam Mobley, Khalil Lewis all have been non-existent, which is impressive because these are Houston. They have 5 very good receivers. New York's defense has been very good so far. But again, the Roughnecks, they're just an incredible football team. I wouldn't be surprised to see them march right down and score a touchdown. Off-play action, PJ Walker. And that is going to be caught. Brought in by Cam Phillips. He went up and he fought for that football. He won it. 2nd and 1 coming up from their own 33. It's a good play to start the drive. Get them into a groove, get PJ Walker feeling comfortable, able to trust his receivers. See what they do here on 2nd and 1. It's a screen out to Phillips, and he's going to be bottled up. Don't think he got the first, and he didn't. He's going to bring up 3rd and inches. I don't know what's up with all these screens that are being called with no blockers in sight. I just don't understand the idea behind it. Because Phillips, if he had a blocker, he would have had a first down. 3rd and inches. Houston needs to pick up this first down. And they will. James Butler up the middle. That's a gain of 4. And it gives them a Houston first down. That's big. Start the drive off with a first down. Just start methodically marching down the field. Houston's going to be in pretty good shape. First and 10 coming up for the Roughnecks from their own 38. Walker, he's going to screen it out again. Phillips, that's going to go nowhere. Surprised he didn't lose any on that play against forward motion. Let's bring up 2nd and 10. Jamar Summers on the immediate tackle. Again, I don't understand that play call. Second and 10 from the 38. Walker gonna give it Butler, and he's gonna be stopped only a yard on the play. It's gonna bring up 3rd and 9. Great defense from the Guardians. They've been on lockdown pretty much all game here against a very hot Houston offense. So Kevin Gilbride and this defense have done something this week. They've been very impressive. 3rd and 9. PJ Walker. Gonna get him a first. Low snap. He's gonna dump it off to Butler, and he's just not gonna get it the first down. Dooley with the stop. It's gonna bring up 4th and 2. Houston gonna have to punt once again. Butler, he had a hole, but really just a fantastic tackle by Dooley, not let him get to the sticks. It's gonna bring out the punt team again for Houston. Austin Recco out to punt it away again. Probably the most... This is a slow punt. It's blocked. New York with the block. It's picked up. Can he get to the end zone? Who else? Garrett Dooley picks it up. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, New York. What a play by the special teams. Recco was just slow to get the punt off. And that's going to be blocked and returned for a touchdown. What a block. What a play. New York in business. Up 18-10. And this is the way New York is going to start winning games. Their defense is stepping up. Their special teams making plays. Matt McGloin, he's scrappy and he's effective. And as expected, Matthew McCrane out here to kick the extra point. Make it a 2-score game. And that kick is good. 19-10. New York with the lead. Really, I'm very impressed with the way that they've been playing in this football game. Shutting down Houston. Containing them. It's been a good day for New York. Harris getting ready to return once again for Houston. Matthew McCrane to send this one away. It is brought out of the end zone by Harris, who's got a little bit of room. He's going to bring it up past the 25, up to the 26. Disappointing first drive here in the second half for the Roughnecks, but PJ Walker, again, he's one of those guys, he can just shake it off and move forward, and I think, again, get a couple completions, hit Nick Holley, hit Cam Phillips, hit Sammy Coates, get these guys in a rhythm. Houston will be right back in this ballgame. I mean, pretty much 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. They have plenty of time, so see what June Jones is going to call here for Houston. First and 10 from their own 26. Walker back to throw. And then it's dropped by Khalil Lewis. He was open. Walker put it there, but that's dropped. And really, the Roughnecks offense, they've been pretty messy. Some missed throws, some drops. And it's no wonder why they're losing this ball game right now. Second and 10 from their own 26. The give to Butler, and that goes nowhere. He's going to lose yardage. What a play by Ben Heaney, and this defense brings up a 3rd and 10 for Houston. And again, it's quite confusing because the Roughnecks offense, it's one of the best in the league. They have so many weapons, but this defense has just got them out of sync completely. Walker, they bring the blitz. Can he get it off in time? He does, and that is caught. Nick Holley, and that is a big play for Houston. That's going to get him a first down. What a throw by Walker to get tight space he had to throw it into. James Jones got to be happy about that one. Holley right over Bryce Jones. Holley able to come down with the completion, get his feet in bounds. Great play. They're up to the 40-yard line. First and 10. PJ Walker on the gift to Butler, who has really slowed down since his first 10 rushes or so. Joey Embu on the stop, and that's a loss of 2. This defense has been shutting down Butler since the first and second quarter. Second and 12 coming up for the Roughnecks from their own 38. Walker going to give it to Butler and dropped behind the line again. I don't understand that play call there. The run game hasn't been working the last few plays. Don't know why you would go back to it. And this sets up a 3rd and 13. That is Jarrell Owens on the stop and Dooley in there again. This Guardians defense has been on point today. It's going to bring up 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13 from the 37. What can PJ Walker do here? He's got to make a big play. Walker across the middle. That's complete, but not enough for the first down. Khalil Lewis on the catch, but a great tackle by Dooley again. He is everywhere today. What a tackle. Fourth and 3 coming up for New York. Recco out there to punt it away again. And he has been out there quite a bit. That's a good punt. A really good punt. New York's going to have it at their own 13 to start. So we'll see what Matt McGloin can do. Darius Victor, he's not had a great season. This game, only 20 yards on the ground. But again, the team's winning. He's only had 4 carries as well. So I'd expect to see him get some more playing time here heading into the 4th quarter. First and 10 coming up here for the New York Guardians. McKay in motion. McGloin back to throw. It's across the middle. That's complete to the outside. Joe Horn. What a grab. Tight coverage. But he outmuscles him for the football. He's closing in on 150 yards receiving. What a day for Joe Horn. The coverage is pretty good. He just really just makes a great catch. First and 10 from their own 28. Guardians in business with a 19-10 lead. And Victor going to get the carry. It's going to be up to about the 31, 3-yard gain on the play. Again, I can't say enough about what New York has done in this game against an opponent that really was predicted to win by at least 7 points. So, Kevin Gilbride really did some fantastic work this week. 2nd and 7. Victor taking it to the outside, and he's going to get blown up. Deatrick and Coles on the stop, and that's going to push him back 2 yards. What a play. Nichols, he's had a heck of a year for Houston. He's all over the place, makes tackles. Week 2, he had a fumble 6 against St. Louis. He makes a lot of plays. Example of it right there. 3rd and 9 coming up now for New York, which if you're Houston, you need to make this stop right here, right now, because time is ticking. We're getting close to the 4th quarter, and they're still down by 2 scores. McGloin, back to throw. Got a lot of time. Will he just let it go? He will. Dump it off to Victor. And that's a big stop there from Houston. That is exactly what their team needed. Great tackle made there by Ballard. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 7. Surprising, McGloin had a lot of time, and he still had to check it down. So, good coverage there by Houston. Justin Vogel is going to have to come out and punt this one away. Fourth and 7. Obvious punt. Vogel kicks it away. And it's going to be a good bounce for New York. Get them all the way down to 11. So Houston, they've got 89 yards to go. They want to score a touchdown. Ultimately, that's what they'd get. A field goal would really help them, though, as well. So we'll see what they can do. Their offense has only scored 3 points this game, and we're going to be heading into the 4th quarter. Really incredible job by this New York defense. They have really stepped it up today. And Butler gets the carry, and again, losing yardage. Back at the 10, it's going to be a loss of 1. Jarrell Owens on the stop. And that's going to bring us to the 3rd quarter. Nowhere to go. Those big holes that were there for him the 1st quarter just have been non-existent. What a play by this defensive line. New York up 19-10 heading in to the 4th quarter. Who would have expected that? Again, this would be a huge win for New York. Puts them at 2-4 and in striking range for getting a playoff seed. And again, it's just not far-fetched because Tampa Bay and DC have both just not played great. They're both 2-3. So a win here for New York puts them right back into the playoff talk. 2nd and 11. PJ Walker back to throw, and that's dropped. Nick Holley lets it drop. Rare drop from him. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11. Walker back to throw. He's going to let it fly, and underneath James Butler. That's only a gain of 3. Wow. I am very surprised with this Houston offense, and it baffles me. They've been so good all season. They've played against some good defenses. New York, their defense has not been great, but they have just been something else in this football game. 4th and 8, and backed up at their own 13. They're going to have to bring out the punt team. Recco out there to punt it away again. This is a high kick. A good one at that. But what a move on the return by Austin Duke. He take it up to the 42. He broke 2 Roughnecks on that play. Matt McGloin, 11 for 20, 186 yards and a touchdown. He's been a little bit inconsistent this game, but again, his team has the lead. They've been playing very well. And McGloin, he's just been the stabilizing force. Again, he's one of those guys that it's hard to describe the way he plays because he makes big throws and then he makes bad throws. He's inconsistent. But again, he does offer stability, at least more than Perez. Across the middle, That is dropped by Mikhail McKay. Let's bring up 2nd and 10. Those sorts of plays look a little bit more like what the Guardians have seen through the first 5 weeks. Definitely don't want to go back to that. 2nd and 10 from their own 42. The handoff, this time it is Tim Cook who gets the carry, and nothing there. 3rd and 10. Houston's defense ready to make another stop here. And it's going to start getting to do or die now for the Roughnecks, because they need to make this stop. Houston's offense has got to march down, make a score. 19-10. McGloin, good catch on a bad snap. He's got a lot of time. Can he get someone open? He's got to let it go, and he does, and it's caught. McKay fumbles the football. It's picked up by Tim Cook. What a wild play. New York going to get a big first down. So McKay makes the reception, coughs it up, and Victor there to recover it. And really a lucky break there. Oh, you might want to review that. It looked like McKay was down. So New York probably not going to get that extra yardage. Or no, actually the ball did come out. It was knocked loose. But New York gets a break and a first down, and Houston desperately needed that turnover, and they're not going to get it. 1st and 10 from the 41. McGloin still throwing. Across the middle, that's McKay, and it's going to be dropped. Good play by the Houston's defense to knock that ball away, but we're down to under 8 minutes. Houston still needs 2 scores. They've got it. They need something fast. They need an interception. They need a fumble. At least, worst case scenario, they need to force him to a punt. So, see what this defense can do here. 2nd and 10, and a screen out to Horn. That's going to go nowhere. Blown up. I've been complaining about that play call all day, and I'm going to do it again. I don't understand it. It hasn't worked once. I don't know why you'd go back to it. No one there to block. He gets obliterated by Houston. Harris on the tackle along with Crawford. Crawford's been all over the place today. 3rd and 11 coming up for New York. From Houston's 42. Houston needs to stop desperately. Off play action. McGloin gonna let it fly and knocked away. It looked like the ball almost seemed like it slipped out of his hands a little bit coming out. It's gonna bring up a 4th and 11. Looking for Joe Horn. He let it fly, and he's lucky that one wasn't picked. Justin Vogel now to punt it away for New York, and Houston is still in this football game. And, oof, just a little bit too much leg from Vogel. Houston gonna get it on the 20. They're down 9 points, 7 minutes left. PJ Walker's got to come out. He's got to be confident. He's got to get a couple completions, get him a quick score, and Houston's going to have to hope that their defense can make another stop. Who would have thought that the leading offense in this league would only have 3 points with 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter against New York? It's not even like they're playing a defense that's been consistently good all season like Los Angeles or St. Louis. PJ Walker on 1st down. He's got to get the throw off. He will, and then it's caught. What in the world? Khalil Lewis. That's his 2nd drop of the day. That was right in the numbers. Another example of this messy offense from Houston. They just look out of sync, off kilter, and wow. 2nd and 10 coming up for Houston from their own 20. Walker, across the middle, nearly intercepted. That's knocked away by Bryce Jones. This defense continues to step up and make plays. And again, at PJ Walker, he's not been great today, but when you have drops like that from guys like Lewis, it's hard to get into a rhythm. 3rd and 10 coming up for Walker. From the 20. And that is a wide open receiver. Sam Mobley off to the races. Can he get there? He's going to be tripped up inside the 20 at the 16. Finally, some fireworks for Houston's offense. We've been waiting for a play like that all game. Sam Mobley, what a play. Wide open, no one there. Not even close, and Demetrius Cox is lucky that he caught up to trip him up because that saved him a touchdown. Just got that shoe. But what a play from Houston. Finally, this offense makes a big play when they had to. Down to under 6.5 minutes. Walker is going to give the pitch to Butler. Had a little bit of room there for a minute, but he's going to get stopped. Gain of only 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. Houston, they need a quick score here. Time is not on their side. Get up to the line. Get it to the end zone as soon as you can. Down to 5 minutes and 43 seconds. Walker. He's got James Butler. Can he get to the end zone? He will. Touchdown, Houston Roughnecks. 13 yards. And that is exactly what Houston needed to get themselves back in this ball game. So just like that, an 80-yard drive, and they've got it. It's going to only be a 2-point deficit, granted that Castillo knocks through this extra point, but great play call there. Butler out in the flat, beats Dooley to the end zone. June Jones happy with his squad after that score. Castillo for the extra point attempt. Almost blocked. And it is good. And we have ourselves a ball game, 19-17. This one's going to come down to the wire. And now it's going to be up to Matt McGloin and New York to try to get some of that first quarter magic back, because they've made some plays, but again, their only score of this half was a blocked punt. So, see what this offense can come up with here. Houston, on the other hand, they're not in bad shape. They get a quick stop, kick a field goal or a touchdown, they're in the lead. Colburn back to return. And Castillo is going to send this one away. Colburn takes it at his own 2. And he is met right at the 20 of 21. So here comes Matt McGloin back out there. He started the game looking pretty good. Since then, he hasn't been great. He's had a couple of drop passes, but we'll see. Can he get this momentum back? New York, all they really need to do is march down. Milk the clock. 5.5 minutes to go. Get a nice long drive. Even kick a field goal. It's going to make it rough for Houston to win.
60 outlaw.
First and 10 from the 21. McGloin's going to give it to Victor. Decent hole for Victor. And he's going to pick up 5 yards up to the 26. Nice gain on first down. That's a good pace setter there for the Guardians. Get him up. Get him some fuel. Just get him in a rhythm, because they have not been in much of a rhythm through this entire half, despite dominating. Victor gets the carry again, and he's got a first down. Nice run up the middle. Actually, and they're going to spot him just short. Thought he had the first. It's going to be 3rd and inches for New York. Not very generous with the spot there. Houston, this is massive. They've got to make a stop here on 3rd down. From the 31, McGloin back to throw across the middle. It is complete. And who else but Joe Horn to make a huge catch on 3rd down. And that is really going to make it rough for Houston. Just a simple slant route. Joe Horn, he's been all over the place today, and that's another big catch for him. From their own 41, New York in business.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line.
Under 4 minutes to play. McGloin, he's going to throw it. Across the middle and a little bit overthrown for Jake Powell. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 41. Honestly, that's a really good play for Houston there because it stops the clock. Brings up a second down. McKay in motion. McGloin back to throw again. And McKay with a drop. That's his second or third drop of the day, which, you know, it's no wonder why Joe Horn is their #1 receiver. When McHale really should be. That's what he was coming into the season, but he's had a few tough drops throughout the last 5 weeks, and it's continuing here in week 6. 3rd and 10. Another huge play, and McGloin is going to go down. And who else but Corey Crawford, his 3rd sack of the day. And Houston is going to make it really interesting here coming to the end of this ball game. Just gets right around the guard. McGloin couldn't find anyone open. And Crawford is dominating that line today. Vogel out to punt it away again for New York. We'll see if this Guardians defense can make one final stop. And he gives too much leg on that one. Houston going to get it on the 20. So out comes P.J. Walker. He's had quite the interesting game. He was sacked, lost the football pretty early. He was sacked in the end zone for his safety. He's had it rough. The offensive line hasn't given him much. But he came back on the last drive and made a huge throw. See what he can do here. Honestly, the Roughnecks have got to like where they are. They've got a little under 3 minutes. They're down by 2. Get in the field goal range, they've got the win. So New York, really, they've got to keep them from getting past the 40. Walker back to throw on 1st down. And that is complete. Nick Holley on the catch, and that is a gain of 7. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3. Really can't ask for a more exciting finish than this. The Roughnecks on the verge of a game-winning drive here. 2nd and 3 coming up from their own 27, and looks like we had some movement. False start. Those are the types of penalties that you just go, why? You don't need a false start there. You're 2nd and 3. You're starting to get into a rhythm, and now you're 2nd and 8. The 7-yard gain is now only 2. Houston, now 2nd and 8 from their own 22. Walker's going to give it to Butler, and he's got a decent hole. He's going to bring it up to the 28. So this is going to set up a really interesting 3rd and 2. And if it wasn't for that false start, they would have had a 1st down. So, very interesting. Looks like we're going to be hitting the 2-minute warning. We are. As we head into the final 2 minutes of this football game. It has been one heck of a game. Momentum switching back and forth like crazy. New York with a 19-17 lead as we head into the final 2 minutes. This might be the play of the game here for Houston. 3rd and 2. What does Walker have up his sleeve? Fakes the screen. He's going to let it go deep. And knocked away. Looking for Cam Phillips. Thought he could take a shot, but why would you take a shot on 3rd and 2 in this sort of situation? I don't know exactly what Walker was looking for here. Phillips was well covered. And Jamar Summers with a beautiful play on the football to prevent the big completion. He almost had a chance to intercept that. And now 4th and 2 coming up for Houston. This is certainly the play of the game. Man, the excitement in the air right now here in New York. 4th and 2. Butler gets the call, and he gets the 1st down. Huge 1st down for Houston, and they're still alive. My goodness. What a game. 1st and 10 from their own 32. June Jones, he's got to get P.J. Walker some big plays. He's got to get guys across the middle, get him back into a rhythm. And there's his man. It's Nick Holley. And that's a flag. You've got to be kidding me. New York, you cannot do that. That is a face mask on Demetrius Cox. He's had a pretty clean game, but Nick Holley with a huge play for Houston is going to send him all the way down to the 36-yard line. Unbelievable. Houston. Couple big plays, couple breaks, and they are in winning position here. Under 2 minutes to play. First and 10. All the receivers spread out wide. Walker takes a snap. Blitz coming. That is complete. Across the middle. That's Khalil Lewis. First down inside the 20 to the 19. And the Guardians defense starting to break down here in the final minutes of the football game. You know, we knew it all along. The Roughnecks have one heck of an offense, and they're getting the job done here when they really need to. And if New York doesn't have a miracle here, it's going to be a really heartbreaking loss for them. After they came out and really performed well. First and 10 from the 19. Houston with time on their side. Surprised they're not running it. Walker across the middle. That's James Butler. Inside the 5 to the 4. New York going to have to blow a timeout. Everything going Houston's way here in the final minutes of the fourth quarter. Can New York make some sort of play? They need to stop. That's Williams. All the way down to the 1. Second and goal. From the 1. Off play action. Butler. Surprised he didn't just run it in himself. And now he is. Touchdown. Houston Roughnecks. And they've got the lead. With only a minute to play. P.J. Walker. With the rushing touchdown of a yard. And again, I was surprised he didn't take it to the outside there. But then he just saw the lane. No one there covering the middle. And Houston has their first lead of the football game with a minute 15 to play. And if you're a New York fan, you have got to be pretty disappointed with what's transpired here in the fourth quarter. They were up 19-10, they had momentum, and Houston just doing what the Roughnecks do. Come back and win football games. Castillo on for the extra point. New York is going to have 0 timeouts and a minute 15 to score a touchdown. Houston's offense, 8 plays, 67 yards, and a touchdown, and what a drive for them. Kevin Gilbride not looking happy there on the sidelines. Don't blame him. His team has had the momentum for almost the entire game, with the exception of the fumble 6, and just like that, Houston has a lead, 24-19. And if Houston hangs on for this win here, they'll advance to 5-1, and will definitely lock up the first place position after week 6 in the XFL West. New York, a loss here would be rough. Colburn on the return from inside the 5, and he's going to take it up. He's got some room to run. He's going to bring it up to the 28. Matt McGloin, this is your time to shine. Joe Horn, he's had a heck of a game, 152 yards and a touchdown. If they need a big play from him, they're going to need it now. Only a minute 11 to go from their own 28, and they need a touchdown. They need to go 72 yards in a minute and 11 seconds with no timeouts. Really can't get tougher for New York in this situation.
Come on, set. 64.
The Guardians, if they lose here, their playoff hopes really go down quick, so they need this. McGloin, back to throw, across the middle, and that's complete. Kobe Pearson with his first reception of the game, and that's up to the 44. Big time reception there to Pearson. Wide open across the middle, and that's something to get New York back into some sort of rhythm here. They got to get back up to the line and move quick. First and 10 will be coming up for the squad
Jet to the ball.
from their own 44. McGloin, what does he got here? Signaling Victor out to the sidelines. They gotta get this play off. Time is running. McGloin, back to throw. In trouble, and down he goes. Ely on the sack, and they get to him again. This Roughnecks defensive line, 5 sacks on the day. They have been all over the place. Time continuing to tick for McGloin and his offense. Backed up at their own 37. Time is running out. This is not what McGloin wanted. That's caught by McKay. Gotta get out of bounds. He doesn't. And that's gonna bring up 3rd and 6. Houston in position, and we're ticking down to 10 seconds. They've got to line up and throw. What are they doing? Get to the line. 6 seconds. Down. Will he get the play off? He will. McGloin, final play, is caught by McKay. He's going to go nowhere. And that's the ball game. The Houston Roughnecks come back from a 19-10 deficit. And they're going to win 24-19 to advance to 5-1. New York, a heartbreaker. They had the momentum, and they just let it go there in the end. Corey Crawford, what a game. 3 sacks, 3 tackles, and a touchdown on the fumble recovery. Man, heck of a game for the Roughnecks there in the 4th quarter. 14 points put up, and they win 24-19. They advance to 5-1. New York, they are in trouble now, dropping to 1-5 on the season. So Houston on the road picks up a big win. New York, really tough loss. This crowd is not very happy right now. And we are gonna send it away from New York. Thank you for joining us on the XFL Simulated. We will see you next time with a big matchup between St. Louis and Tampa Bay. Until next time, this is James Larson with the XFL Simulated.